Welcome back. I love this name. Charley Crockett, $10 Cowboy, provides a personal glimpse into the musician's perspective as he tours across his home state of Texas. Joining us now is the director of the documentary, Patrick Heaphy. Pat, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Lovely to have you here. How did you get a hold of this Charley Crockett story or the chance to work with him?
Well, one of the producers I work with had the opportunity to produce a show for PBS with Charley at the Ryman in Nashville. And the first time I heard his music, you know, when you hear the artist's name, you pull up his music or her music and listen to them.
Yeah.
And I was just so intrigued by his music and his sound because it has this old school sound. You know, it's his brand of Texas music, and it's really cool with the mix of blues and kind of country and
all Americana. I love it. And look at this throwback outfit that he's breaking out as well. So there's some homages to old school country in what he does.
That is Charley today. Charley, you know, is Charley, and I think that's what I love about him. He's authentic. You know, he walks the talk, talks the walk, or whatever you want to say. He's
sure.
Great.
Sings the sing.
He sings.
Well, you told me you were originally contracted to just kind of get the performances, just kind of get social media, but you saw a story developing here. So can you tell me a little bit about that? Yeah,
so we were doing the multi-track record, so for other purposes and releases potentially, and also get social media content. I produce and direct documentaries. And what happened was, after we were done, I'm like, if we put all this stuff together, this is a documentary. And my editor, Lennon, went ahead and took the content, the on-the-fly interviews, and intertwined it with the songs, which themselves are telling stories of Charley, his inspiration, and all that. And altogether, that's what happened. And it was great, 4 days filming here in Texas.
Lovely. So you're calling it a docu-music film.
Yeah, because it's really capturing a moment in time. We're not digging too deeply into his history. He touches on it. What I'd like this film to do is to intrigue people to want to know more about Charley, to know more about his music, to explore now probably the 2, 3, now maybe 4 albums he's produced since that album in the spring of 24.
Wow. Okay, he's moving and shaking, isn't he?
Oh, he does not stop. He's recording right now in LA with Shooter Jennings.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Well, can you tell me a little bit about what you learned from Charley? Anything that stood out to you? I know we can't tell his entire life story in the 3 minutes that we've got here, but anything that you were like, wow, that's really intriguing to me.
Well, the fact is, I'm a New Yorker, and he's traveled the world, but he spent a lot of time in New York. He spent time on the subway, busking, with his train robbers. And I had no idea that he was working the N&R train, and I used to take that down to my office on 23rd Street.
No way.
Yeah. So we have a lot of the common view or always experience of experiencing the city through the subway. Except for I would have been the guy just watching him, probably walking away.
Hopefully throwing $1 in, but we'll say it's amazing because I always think you have to have such fortitude to be able to perform and busk like that because people can be unkind. You've got to be really proud of your talents and you've got to be really willing to put yourself out there, and I think that probably captures a lot about him.
Absolutely, and that's actually also in the name $10 Cowboy. He talks about that in the film. Also the dedication to the craft, the respect for the history of music. And it's not just like country, it's all music. And that's what, I think is some of the coolest stuff, and seeing how hard they work, him and the band and the crew. Yeah. I couldn't do touring like these guys do. No way. Yeah. Grueling.
Grueling, I think, is a really appropriate term for it. When we talk about Americana music, this is kind of what he puts together, right? All of these different influences. And so if somebody hasn't listened to Charley Crockett before, what would you say about listening to him when you did it, when you were like, I'm going to research this artist, and how you felt listening to all that?
You know, we touched on it a little bit earlier. I feel like it's a time machine. You know, I think his lyrics and his writing is contemporary, but the style and the sound it could have been recorded 50 years ago.
Oh, interesting.
And there's definitely that influence, and I like that. But it's also, he's got this blues sound, which is really cool. You know, and he mixes so much. A lot of, you know, Americana, we use this term, and I get it. We want to put labels on everything, right? But
it's natural for the human brain.
But Charley's Charley. You know, if you know you're interested in good music, you know what's the saying? You know, there's two kinds of music: good music and bad music. You know, I like good music. It doesn't matter the genre.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, well, we've got something exciting. I mean, you have already premiered your docu-music film, but we've got something going on just today down at the Bullock Museum.
Yeah. So 2:00, we've got our encore screening at the Bullock IMAX, and I think it's a pretty big theater, and I'm sure there's some seats available. So if people wanted to check it out, it's going to be a lot of fun. And I've never seen this film on a screen that size, so it's going to be something. And I hear the sound is awesome, and the recording is awesome. You know, it's authentic. You know, we didn't change anything with the music. It's just a straight mix. So there's no fixes.
Wow.
So you feel, you experience the music as the folks did in the Broken Spoke and in the Longhorn Ballroom and all the different venues we were at. So
wow.
I think that's something I'm proud of, and I think that, you know, Charley is just, you know, a pro in general, and he gets it that sometimes these, you know, he might play things a little differently than they were on the recording.
Sure.
But it's still great. It's actually a version of it that you know, that people can cherish. I was there when he did it that way.
Yeah, and what talent to be able to perform so professionally every single time. Pat, we'll have to leave it there. Congratulations on the film. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Austin.
All right, yeah, thank you, Austin. For more information on the documentary, check out Patrick on Instagram at Patrick Heaphy, or keep up with Charley's journey by visiting charleycrockett.com.